What's going on, everybody? I'm Jay Bavolar here, and I'm a Navy veteran who's 100% permanent and total, and I want to help you to maximize your benefits. So I'm back at it again with another great video. Before I get into it, I want to quickly remind you, you can get my book, Black Service and Black Veteran. It's available right now on Amazon, where I talk about the VA claims process, how to navigate your military career as a veteran, and more. So link in the description below, make sure y'all get that. Also, if you feel like you're stuck with your claim here, going through the process, high level review, the appeals process, anything you might need, let's book a one-on-one coaching session so we can get you that rating that you deserve here. Also, you should like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below. Maybe if there's something you want me to cover, you can go ahead and leave a comment and I'll do my best to cover that. So today, what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the importance of educating yourself. Now, I covered briefly where I was talking about the SEM method, SEM, strategy, education, medical evidence, and I covered the strategy end of it. So I really want to go through the education process and why it's important for you to educate yourself. First, you need to educate yourself, number one. First of all, number one, you want to educate yourself on the process and how the process works. That's so if you're putting in a regular claim, what do you need to put in with your claim? Obviously, you're going to need medical evidence first and foremost, but education the regular process. If you look on your e-benefits, you see it's an 8-step process where you initially put in the claim, it's under review, gathering evidence, and then if you call the VA, it says it's in the gathering evidence stage, and then the next part is more so the decision phase. So you want to educate yourself on that process if it's a regular claim. Now, let's just say you're putting in a supplemental claim or a high level. If you're putting it, for example, a high level, you need to educate yourself on that process for the high level review. If you're having an informal conference, you need to know what you're going to have an informal conference for, why you were denied the first time around, and what's on that Cmp exam. You want to educate yourself on that. If you're putting in a supplemental claim, obviously you need new and relevant medical evidence. You want to educate yourself on that process. They might likely send you to another Cmp exam, so you need to know why you were denied the first time on that, and go back to the Cmp exam with more medical evidence and tell them why you feel like you should be rated for that condition. So number two, you need to know what you're claiming. A lot of us, I've made this mistake myself in my process for maximizing my benefits, where you kind of just throwing stuff up against the wall and trying to figure out what sticks, not knowing anything. You might not even know anything about what you're claiming or how to get approved for that claim. So you need to educate yourself on what it is you're claiming. If it's even worth going after, is it rateable? If you're going, let's just say you're going for migraines, right? You need to educate yourself on the way they rate it is 10, 30, and 50. What is the 10% criteria? Actually, that's going to be the next one. Number two is knowing the rating criteria. So now that I said migraines, you need to know what it is. How do I get 10%? How do I get 30? How do I get to the 50% criteria? Even if you're putting in a mental health claim, it's rated 10, 30, 50, 70, and 100. Okay, what do I need to do? The average for mental health is 70%. So now you need to educate yourself on what do I need to do to get to that 70% rating criteria. And you can find all the stuff online. You can Google the stuff and it will tell you what the rating criteria is. Next, knowing now that you know the rating criteria, you have an idea of it, is knowing your severity of symptoms. So 9 times out of 10, when you put in a claim, especially if you're putting in it, let's just say you're putting it as a regular claim or you're putting in a supplemental claim, 9 times out of 10, the VA is going to send you to a Cmp exam. So the Cmp exam, you need to know your severity of symptoms. This way, you can get the rating that you deserve. Because a lot of times, veterans make mistakes where they kind of downplay their symptoms, or they're like, oh well, it happens sometimes, and then you end up with a low ball rating, and you don't get the rating that you felt that you deserve here, and then now you're asking for an increase. So you can save yourself by educating yourself. You can really save yourself a lot of time by knowing the process and knowing everything, knowing the ins and outs. You want to study it, like you're studying for an exam. You want to know, and the reason why you really want to educate yourself, it's really the best way to prepare you. So whatever the VA throws at you, whether they deny it, you know the next step. It also falls under the strategy as well. But if you educate yourself on the process, you can get it right the first time, because it saves time, exponentially saves you a ton of time. That can save you. That's the difference between you getting it right the first time and saving you 6 months or a year. That's what happened with my claims when I put in for it back in January 2021. I didn't get approved all the way until October, because I got denied a couple of times, and I had to educate myself. So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to really educate yourself on process, educate yourself on what you're claiming, knowing the severity of symptoms, and just knowing it, which route you want to go. That's all I got for today. But before I get out of here, I want to remind you once again, you can get my book, Black Service and Black Veteran. It's available right now on Amazon, where I talk about this stuff and more. Link in the description below. Also, if you're stuck with your claim, just the VA process, you need help with your CMP exam, the appeals process, whatever you need, let's book that one-on-one coaching session. This way we can get you that rating that you deserve. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. I'm out. Peace.